Yeah.
You're watching Gimme 5.
Black College Live.
The Black College Live.
Yeah. This is a Gimme 5 show with Jay Walker and Tiffany. Yeah. You gon' have to give me 5 fingers on it. Right now.
I'm all excited. You see that?
Wait until they see the strength and here to win. This Black College Live, I'ma need 5 on it.
This is what it's all about.
Overtime on it. Lights out.
I'm gonna put him in the front runner seat to be the Black College Player of the Year.
This ain't for fun, I've been going done, they be still trying to clone it. From FAMU to Grambling, I'm on it. Stand on it, marching 100 how you want it.
We always like to highlight the fraternities and sororities.
119!
What I wanna, big body, I don't even need a sponsor.
Homeboy was
I be
balling.
stacking comma at the comma. Kiss a guy with good karma. I get it different, I do working on my office.
You're looking at Legion Field, the site of the 80th annual Magic City Classic in Birmingham, Alabama. We are delighted to bring Black College Live to you. Hype fans behind us, Bulldogs, Hornets, Jay Walker, Tiffany Greene. Where the dude playing?
B-Hand. I'm going to give y'all love. You know why? Because I told America probably 15 years ago that the Magic City Classic is the #1 HBCU game in the country. And they show out. They show out. Anytime you can have a game where you start tailgating, when y'all start? Monday? Sunday? They'll start last week. They do the tailgate, best tailgate out there. Look forward to bringing a great show.
You know, it was so interesting because it was an adapted spring version of the Magic City Classic. Now it's back full scale. And Jay, you took part in it too. Had your little camper out here enjoying himself as well.
Camper, I got my crew, I got my boys, I got my barbecue, I got my Connecticut sausage.
Oh, Lord,
Connecticut
sausage.
sausage.
You say that in Alabama, you see what happens.
And, you know, give a special shout out. I like that Dreamland barbecue too. People say you can get other stuff, but that's some good stuff. With some bread and some barbecue and that banana pudding. I like Birmingham, you can tell.
I can tell you like Birmingham. Well, hey, let's dive into some football. And Jay, we're going to look at your Cricket Celebration Bowl power rankings. And in the world of HBCU football, how does it shake out this week?
Man, why you do that to them? See, these folks that are behind me, they don't see Alabama A&M or Alabama State on there because I got to call it like I see it. Alcorn State, look out. The Braves are going to be there. You're going to hear from them. Your Rattlers from Florida A&M, Willie Simmons got a good squad. Norfolk State, how impressive have they looked? They're trying to get to the Cricket Celebration Bowl. Prairie View A&M and Jackson State, those are the top 2 teams playing right now. I think there's some other teams that we could put on there, like Grambling is emerging, but there's a lot of football left to be played. But more importantly, Alabama A&M has been on that list all season long. They got to get a W bad here today.
Well, think about it. They were the 2021 Black College National Champions. They were the SWAC champions from last season. They are looking to close out, and they have won this Magic City Classic 3 years in a row. They haven't lost under Connell, Maynor, so they're hoping to continue that trend. As we look at the SWAC West and seeing how things shake out there, Jay, you talked about Grambling State, a very intriguing team with Broderick Fobbs. He's gotten them ready to play. Southern has kind of been up and down this season, but the top 2 in Alcorn State and Prairie View A&M both undefeated.
Yeah, the key is the East. I mean, Jackson State's like running away with the East. The West, there's a lot of football left to be played. Prairie View A&M, #2 in my power rankings, as you saw. And we said at the beginning of the year, if you don't bury Alcorn early, they will come back. Them boys from the SIP know how to fight. They're right there in striking position to make it back to the SWAC championship.
Well, let's talk about the boys from the SIP and the Braves. How about that? Because Alcorn State is in action this week, and when you look at their matchup going into Saturday's game, I'll tell you this, Felix Harper is a dude that you want to watch out for. Not only that, you have to look at Grambling State and Florida A&M as well. It's homecoming in Tallahassee, an epic return.
It is, and you know, there's a lot of moving parts here, but there's just so much football left to be played. Grambling's got a defense that's doing outstanding well, and then you talk about the offensive mind that's there. And Florida A&M, surprisingly for FAMU, is they're playing defense. Willie Simmons is known for his offense, but they're playing great defense down in Tallahassee. Homecoming crowd, though, may be distracted.
One of the top defenses in all of FCS. They're on a 4-game winning streak, so obviously intriguing there. As we take a look at those SWAC East standings, even though Florida A&M has played well as of late, they still had that slip up against Jackson State earlier in the year, and because of that, the Fighting Deons, as you like to say, have run away with it thus far.
No, they are. I mean, clear cut. They would have to lose like 2 games, and I don't see that happening right now. But for Florida A&M, if you're a fan of HBCU football, You want to see the Rattlers win out, and if they win out and go 9-2, they deserve to be into the FCS playoffs. So I think that's what Coach Simmons and the Rattlers are trying to do. They need to get some style points, take care of business every chance they can. But this is a really good team, and right now we know Jackson State's good. But outside of that, in terms of black college football, because we want to see more than one black college team play in the postseason, right? I think people are pulling for the Rattlers.
I'll tell you, another team that we could very well see in the Cricket Celebration Bowl out of the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, Norfolk State. They handled business on the road, got the win at Howard last weekend, and the
Spartans.
Had
to bring up that they beat Howard.
No, I was just actually trying to report to you the way that it was. And so the Spartans are atop of the MEAC standings, along with South Carolina State and North Carolina Central as well, undefeated.
I mean, when you look at that, it's still up to play. Hey, Norfolk State, the cream of the crop. South Carolina State, we know how special they can be. And then when you talk about Central still in contention, I think that's one of the big surprises and one of the key matchups. Anytime you've got two undefeated teams in conference play, like we will see with North Carolina Central, South Carolina State, somebody in the MEAC, if you lose one game, pretty much your season's done. So they've got to get it. So it's a big matchup there between Central and South Carolina State.
And what's intriguing about that, we always like to talk about quarterback play, of course, because I'm standing alongside the former Howard University and NFL quarterback. But Corey Fields for South Carolina State, Davius Richard for North Carolina Central, they have been the signal callers who have helped to lead them to those undefeated conference play seasons.
Give me a quarterback and you can win a championship. I always say that. You don't win championships without good quarterback play, and they're fortunate for them, they got it.
All right, we are full with football, but also family and fun, as the Magic City Classic is just about underway a few hours from now. Come back with us to Birmingham.
Black College Live is brought to you in part by the Cricket Celebration Bowl.
A few years ago, I was faced with a big decision, graduating high school and getting ready for the next big step. I looked at several universities, but only one stood out, mine. Alabama State University.
With more than 60 degree programs, from research to robotics, from doctoral degrees to the Bachelor of Fine Arts in Dance, ASU has the degree to fit your future.
I chose ASU. How about you?
A proud tradition, the promise of a bright future.
This one's for every sports fan who just spent the entire game explaining to someone the entire game. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
Brandon lights up the court every game. Soon, he'll do it as an electrical engineer. Jordan specializes in logistics and supply chain management, on and off the field. Ashley's been schooling players at the net and student teaching in the classroom. Alabama A&M, 4 years of artistic, academic, and athletic discovery. We deliver the full university experience. Alabama A&M University. Start here. Go anywhere.
This is where the formula ends and the magic begins. We take the mold, shake the mold, and break the mold. From late nights in the gym to later nights in the library. We grind, because if you think greatness is a game, think again. Here, nothing shines unless we all do.
Alabama A&M established in 1875. How about those great folks coming out of Normal, Alabama? The Pro Football Hall of Famer, John Stallworth. Another great football legend for the Bulldogs, Robert Mathis, along with the American Idol, Ruben Studdard. Their motto, service in sovereignty. You hear the cadence of the band in the background. That's the marching maroon and white. I'm standing by with the Alabama A&M head coach, Connell Maynor. And coach, you have not lost in this game in the 3 previous games. How do you keep that winning tradition going today?
We need the ball to bounce our way. It's going to be a tough game. It's always been a tough game. 3 overtimes a couple of years ago, and it came down to the wire last year, and we're expecting to do it again this week. So we just need to make one more play than they do down the stretch.
You have a high-powered, high-octane offense, but what can your defense do to get stops against Alabama State?
We just got to be consistent. You know, we can't let Gray get loose and get them long runs. We got to contain him. Can't stop him. You got to contain him, and don't give up big passes.
Lastly, what would today's Magic City Classic win mean to you?
I would mean everything, especially because we're reeling right now. We're on a 3-game losing streak, so we need to get that taped up and get it stopped and get back on the winning streak and finish this thing with 4 wins and have a winning season, 7-3. Send these seniors out and continue our success here in the Magic City Classic.
Coach Maynor, we appreciate your time as always, and my man Jay Walker is standing by with the Alabama State head coach, Donald Hill-Eley.
All right, Tiff. Coach, moments before kickoff here, the stadium's going to be crowded. What's going through your mind as a coach?
Well, mainly just keeping the guys ready to play. I mean, keeping them focused, making sure that we get out here and that we start fast. You know, a lot of times, you know, when you play in these big venues, guys get out, get to looking around, trying to find families, and before you know it, you're behind. So I got to get them ready to play.
Quarterback play's been the key. You know me, I always feel you got a quarterback, you can win. When Ryan Nettles is on the field, you guys are very good. What's the status of him? Will he play?
Well, like I said, you know, he's been practicing all week. You know, he's like everybody else, got pain, discomfort, and we gonna try to get what we can out of him today.
How big and how much do you want to win this classic? What's it mean to Alabama State?
Man, this is the one. This is the one. We got to get this one.
Got to get this one. All right, well, this is my homeboy here, so he knows a little something about what we like to do. So now it's time for Jay's Gimme 5. And the Gimme 5 this week, how about this, Coach? The 5 best tailgates in all of HBCU football. Let's get it going with the list. Coming in at number 5, South Carolina State. Underrated tailgate they got there in Orangeburg, South Carolina. They know what they're doing there. Number 4, the alum. I know you don't like to hear those, but I'm going with Jackson State. They know what they're doing down there in the tip. It's a real nice tailgate. 3, let's take it to the reservation. The Cone, baby. Alcorn State. I like that tailgate vibe there. And number 2, the best tasting food for a tailgate. Where do you think it's going to be, Coach?
Alabama State.
I know you're going to say that, but it's Southern University. I'm not talking about the atmosphere. I'm talking about the grub. Gumbo, jambalaya, all that other good stuff. And number 1, this is the best tailgate. So you got it halfway right. Alabama State, Alabama A&M. Here, Legion Field, Magic City Classic. They start tailgating on Monday, folks, and they would do it on Sunday if they could. Did I get the list right, Coach?
Hey, we number 1, baby.
All right, and on the bubble, not quite making it, the Florida Classic. And I'll give you a little bit of credit, Aggie Pride. Y'all do a little something with your tailgate down there. But that's what I call Jay's Gimme 5.
All right, Jay, I like your Give Me 5 tailgates, but how about Southern Heritage Classic? You know, Tiff has to add her 2 cents in here as well. Well, let's take a look at our Pepsi Star Watch this week. It comes out of Florida A&M. Jamari A. Shareed, he's the nation's leader in punt return yards at 26 per carry or per punt return. How about it? He had 4 total touchdowns in that win over Mississippi Valley State. He is our Pepsi Star Watch this week.
You are watching Black College Live! Woo!
This is where the formula ends and the magic begins. We take the mold, shake the mold, and break the mold. From late nights in the gym to later nights in the library, we grind. Because if you think greatness is a game, think again. Here, nothing shines unless we all do.
For generations, HBCUs have led the way in building an elite workforce. And now, the next generation of leaders are here. Now they may be SGA presidents, Divine Nine members, athletes, or in the band. But there are future scientists, artists, business owners, and leaders. They're strong and are turning their potential into power. Alabama Power is proud to partner with HBCUs. Together, we are helping build a more diverse and inclusive workforce for the state and the world. Alabama Power. Power for a better Alabama.
Brandon lights up the court every game. Soon, he'll do it as an electrical engineer. Jordan specializes in logistics and supply chain management, on and off the field. Ashley's been schooling players at the net and student teaching in the classroom. Alabama A&M, 4 years of artistic, academic, and athletic discovery. We deliver the full university experience. Alabama A&M University. Start here. Go anywhere.
Fans, come celebrate the heritage, pageantry, and tradition of HBCU football at one of the world's premier venues, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Visit thecelebrationbowl.com for more information. See you in the A this December.
A few years ago, I was faced with a big decision, graduating high school and getting ready for the next big step. I looked at several universities, but only one stood out, mine. Alabama State University.
With more than 60 degree programs, from research to robotics, from doctoral degrees to the Bachelor of Fine Arts in Dance, ASU has the degree to fit your future.
I chose ASU. How about you?
A proud tradition, the promise of a bright future.
You fired up the grill for one hot dog? Seriously?
Hot dogs, better with Pepsi.
Located in the capital city of Alabama, Montgomery, Alabama, 1867 when it was founded. Opportunity is here. That's what they tell their students and prospective students. Ralph Abernathy Sr., Fred Lee Shuttlesworth, giants within the civil rights movement, along with Clarence Carter, the blues and soul singer, along with 2 Chainz, are products of Alabama State University. Well, you know, each week we love to highlight legends, those who have gone before us in the world of HBCU football. And now, thanks to courtesy of NFL Films, we'll introduce you to Art Shell of UMES.
I spent 25 years with the Oakland Raiders, and other than Marcus Allen, Art Shell is, in my opinion, probably the best player the Raiders had. And that's saying a mouthful, because there's a lot of them. You think about Ted Hendricks and Willie Brown. But if you're drafting, if you're going to start a team and you're drafting, you say, okay, who do I take after Marcus Allen? Be Art Shell. And we're mighty happy we did, because San Diego had a big defensive line. They had Ladd and Faison, and of course that bunch in Kansas City, Jerry Mays, Buck Buchanan.
Hall of Fame left tackle Art Shell was drafted to stop the best defensive lineman of his day. For 15 seasons, his greatness was a reflection in a mirror. It was measured by the success his opponents didn't have.
I always thought one of the guys that changed the game of professional football was Fred Dean, because San Diego Chargers started moving him around. Now it's a regular part of the defensive package. Find out who the weak sister is and put your best player on it. Well, Fred Dean was the first guy that did that, and the reason the Chargers did that was he couldn't beat Art Shell. He was very tough, very mentally tough. But he was also gifted athletically. He had strength. He had a great punch. He could run block. His feet were remarkable. We had a pretty good rivalry with these Steelers. He and Dwight White had some really good battles.
Dwight White, I enjoyed playing against him. One time we ran a run play, and he told me, "You won't get it again." We come back, run the same play, we gain more yards. "That's the last time, you won't get it again." Our quarterback called it 6 times in succession. That's just the way it was. We were going to get ours.
From the Rose Bowl Stadium in Pasadena, California, it is Super Bowl 11.
We had the utmost respect for that front four. Jim Marshall, Carl Eller, but we were not going to be denied by anybody. I mean, you could have had Godzilla over there. We were not going to lose that game.
Art Shell, number 78, consistently eliminated Jim Marshall. Shell was so overpowering that Marshall did not make a tackle the whole game.
The game he had against Jim Marshall in the Super Bowl was just as good a game an offensive lineman could ever have. Jim Parker and Art Shell are the 2 best left tackles that are in that Hall of Fame. And I don't know if you could split those guys. That's how good Art Shell was. He's either 1 or 1A, the best ever to play in the National Football League.
Maryland Eastern Shore, that's their pride. Art Shell played 15 seasons with the Raiders, 8-time Pro Bowler, 2nd African-American head coach in the NFL, Jay.
You know, when I think about Art Shell, we talk about HBCU greats that have gone to HBCUs, but when you're one of the top 100 players of all time in the National Football League, what a statement. I don't care what number it comes in. Top 100 means you're special. I hope Maryland Eastern Shore brings back football one day. I think that would be great for the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. But the pioneer, in the modern era, he was the first African-American head coach. Modern era, glad to give him his flowers while he's still alive.
Absolutely. Jay, you see it starting to sprinkle down here. I don't know if y'all see it, but sprinkle me, man. Okay, a little E40 West Coast action. As we head into the HBCU notables, let's take a look who stood out in our eyes. Last week, Jackson State's Shedeur Sanders, 5 total touchdowns, 309 yards through the air. They will face off against Mississippi Valley State. I'm told it's a sold-out crowd. Meanwhile, Davius Richard, he's needing to continue to play the way he has. 242 yards. He's been airing it out for 4 touchdowns as well. So, Jay, look, we know about this tailgate. We have heard about this tailgate. Y'all know about the tailgate back here, but guess what? Coach Chef, Jay Martin, he's getting it ready. Oh, yeah, I'm curious to know what's on the grill.
In his home state.
Find out.
In his home state. You better bring it.
We'll find out on the other side of the break. Come back with us.
Black College Live is brought to you in part by the Cricket Celebration Bowl.
This is where the formula ends and the magic begins. We take the mold, shake the mold, and break the mold. From late nights in the gym to later nights in the library, we grind. Because if you think greatness is a game, think again. Here, nothing shines unless we all do.
Brandon lights up the court every game. Soon, he'll do it as an electrical engineer. Jordan specializes in logistics and supply chain management, on and off the field. Ashley's been schooling players at the net and student teaching in the classroom. Alabama A&M, 4 years of artistic, academic, and athletic discovery. We deliver the full university experience. Alabama A&M University. Start here. Go anywhere.
When was the last time you experienced something different? Dig in to support Black-owned restaurants.
For generations, HBCUs have led the way in building an elite workforce. And now, the next generation of leaders are here. Now there may be SGA presidents, Divine Nine members, athletes, or in the band. But there are future scientists, artists, business owners, and leaders. They're strong and are turning their potential into power. Alabama Power is proud to partner with HBCUs. Together, we are helping build a more diverse and inclusive workforce for the state and the world. Alabama Power. Power for a better Alabama.
A few years ago, I was faced with a big decision, graduating high school and getting ready for the next big step. I looked at several universities, but only one stood out, mine. Alabama State University.
With more than 60 degree programs, from research to robotics, from doctoral degrees to the Bachelor of Fine Arts in Dance, ASU has the degree to fit your future.
I chose ASU. How about you?
A proud tradition, the promise of a bright future.
You're watching Black College Live with Tiffany Greene and Jay Walker.
We got to shout out our Greek of the Week, Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporated, founded in 1922. Greater service, greater progress. That's their motto. MC Light,
Stop right
Kelly
there.
Price,
Stop
Vanessa
right
Bell
there.
Armstrong.
MC
Shout out
Light.
to some of those notable members.
You had me in MC Light now. I told you before, I'm a guy in the 80s, hip-hop music in the 80s. I had a crush on MC Light. Guys can dream, right?
Yes.
All right.
All right. There we got. He got it out there one time. And shout out to Miss Marquette. How about she is representing the Chi Sigma chapter? How about, can I get it? Can I hear it? Let me hear it. Woo! All right. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Back here in Birmingham for the Magic City Classic. And let me tell you, the folks behind us.
The Magic City Classic. Y'all.
That's exactly what we expect to hear. And look at this. We got Alabama A&M, Alabama State. What's going on? Bulldogs, Hornets. I want this hat right here. I'm going to just tell y'all right now. I want this hat right here. That's what you call suited and booted. She got it together. Okay.
Now, before we go into the game preview, who won the battle of the tailgate? Is it more Bulldogs or is it more Hornets around here?
Right now. Oh, no. Oh.
I'm just saying, hey, them Hornets, they've been impressive as well, too, off the field.
Meanwhile, I don't know. I want y'all to check out Miss Magic City Classic. Okay, Miss Magic City Classic. Let us shout her out. You see, she got the wave going. She is ready. Yes, yes, yes. That's what it's about, though. The pageantry and the tradition and all that good stuff. And I know what Jay's going to talk about. He wants to talk about football. Okay. So we preview this matchup between Alabama State and Alabama A&M. And Jay, give me your thoughts.
The key is quarterback play is the key. And Aqeel Glass, when they can protect him, he's one of the best quarterbacks in all of FCS football, not just HBCU football. But during this 3-game slide, he's been getting hit and hit and hit. And quarterbacks getting hit are very average. Gary Quarles, Mr. Everything. He doesn't lead the field. He's a special runner. He's got to be active. He's got to help out if they can't throw the football against Alabama State.
Meanwhile, there has been kind of a shuffling at signal caller for Alabama State because Ryan Nettles got knocked out a few games ago, so Miles Crawley has stepped in. Nettles is supposed to get the nod today. How will he impact the team?
I mean, Nettles is a guy, he's special. When he's on the field, their offense has the best chance of victory. So although Crawley came in as a true freshman, you cannot ask a true freshman to play in this environment. It's too much. It wouldn't be much for them, so I think Nettles stepping up, he'll be the key for Alabama State.
All right, now let's get to what we all want to hear about. Coach Chef, he's got his pick, but he's also got some grub for us as well. Yeah.
What you got here, man?
That's not Conecuh.
That's not Conecuh. That is the brats.
Okay.
That's beer battered brats. Y'all can't taste that right now. You're on set. But that's steak. Chicken.
Oh, steak. Okay.
Steak, you got to do a baked potato, too.
That's
You got to do a baked potato with that.
That's all I need.
Well, we love your cooking, but there's a football game going to be played, and the fans want to know the Rydell pick of the week is what?
My Rydell pick of the week. Alabama A&M.
All right, Coach. Now, what's your record on the year?
6-1.
And your one loss was?
Alabama.
Why are you bringing up old stuff, Jay? Why are you bringing up old stuff?
I think they're taking over state, though. They're 3-0. Hey.
All right.
All right, this is Aqeel Glass's last Magic City Classic, so we'll see how the all-time leading passer for Alabama A&M performs here today. For Coach Chef Jay Walker, I'm Tiffany Greene. I'm going to keep on eating that steak. I hope y'all have a good time here from Magic City Classic. Yeah, we'll be in Durham.
We're coming to Durham next week. Peace.
You're watching Give Me 5.
Black College Live.
The Black College Live.
Yeah. This is a Give Me 5 show with Jay Walker and Tiffany. Yeah. You gon' have to give me 5 fingers on it. Right now.
I'm all excited. You see that?
Wait until they see the strength and hear the win. It's Black College Live. I'ma need 5 on it.
This is what it's all about.
Overtime on it. Lights out.
I'm gonna put him in the front runner seat to be the Black College Player of the Year.
This ain't for fun. I've been going done. They be still trying to clone it. From FAMU to Grambling, I'm on it. Stand on it. March 100 how you want it.
We always like to highlight the fraternities and sororities.
119! What I wanna, big body. I don't even need a sponsor.
Homeboy was balling.
Second comma at the comma. Kiss a guy with good karma. I get it different. I be working on my off day. Into that paper, I go underlay. I get it different. I be working on my off day. Into that paper, I gon' have to give me 5 fingers on it. Right now.
Yeah, what more can you ask for? Let's go,
Bulldog. They see the strength and hear the win. It's Black College Live. I'ma need 5 on it.
Going up.
They put over.